time for leadership of the leaf. Great leaders smoke great cigars. Now, in their fourth season, Austin and Dice are back with more leadership advice and cigar knowledge to share. Grab a cigar and let's put some smoke in the air.
Welcome to another episode of the Leadership of the Leaf. My name's Austin.
And my name is Dice.
What up, Dice?
We're about to light up some leadership, so just like we're about to light up this cigar, what are we smoking?
Oh, we're smoking the Kentucky Fire Cured Sweet by Drew Estate. It's a mellow cigar. The wrapper is Mexican San Andreas with a sweetened cap. The binder is Ecuador Connecticut Shade. And the filler is a fire-cured blend. We're smoking a 5x56, and they're calling it the Fat Molly.
Fat Molly. I like that fucking name, how they come up with their own fucking names and shit. I mean, that's cool, I guess. We can do whatever we want, right?
Yeah, fuck it. This cigar certainly does whatever the fuck it wants. This smells like a campfire.
It definitely smells like, to me, like when you're done with the campfire and you're trying to put the fucker out.
Yeah. Yeah, it smells like campfire smoke.
It smells like your clothes when you come back in from the campfire.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
You've been sitting around a campfire. You are absolutely right, bitch.
Yeah, you damn right. All right, so what are you drinking then?
Well, I understand. I understand that Dice drinks Hennessy. Everybody knows this.
Dice drinks Hennessy. That's what he drinks on his birthday, Jesus' birthday. That's what he drinks.
But I did smell this cigar before you take it out the cellophane and you smell it, right?
I was like, help us smell this motherfucker.
Right. There is no, I was like, I'm not putting Hennessy with that motherfucker. I can't do it. So I actually got a whiskey for this one. I actually got some Jameson to put up in this piece. I'm drinking Jameson with this one, not Hennessy. Mark your calendars. Do whatever the fuck you need to do. A little jig, dance, whatever the fuck. It's Jameson.
Jameson.
With this one. I think Jameson's going to pair better than Hennessy would. That's why I switched it up.
I agree. I don't disagree with that.
And how about you, sir? What's up?
Drinking Polling Station. Popped out one of my only bottles. They discontinued this brand. It's the Straight Sweet Whiskey.
I thought of you when I was picking out, and I was like, man, a Polling Station probably goes really well. A wheat one.
Yeah. No, this is. I've already tasted. Like I tasted a little bit of the cigar, and I tasted some whiskey, and I was like, ooh, this is a good pairing. I'm looking forward to this.
Another good pairing is probably something a little peaty.
Yeah. Maybe like an Aberfeldy. There's another one that I've had that I'm like, oh yeah. It was super peaty. I don't remember what it was. Anyway.
Can you talk about fire cured a little bit? What is fire cured?
I can't. All right. Let's talk about fire cured. That's what I was getting ready to say.
All right.
So, for over 200 years, Kentucky-grown tobaccos have been fire-cured by local farmers to create a leaf that's distinctly smoky. Through the process, tobacco is hung on wooden slats, dry and pure, in specialized barns with smoldering fires, hand-built hardwoods like hickory, oak, maple, that sort of stuff. So what that does is that dries out the tobacco, it's like smoking meat, right?
Yeah.
Like it's basically smoking the tobacco. So when they dry it, rather than like putting it on these giant pilons to cure it, they're hanging it over a smoldering fire to smoke it and cure it. Basically, it's like the same thing you would do with meat.
Yeah, I would envision as hanging like you would see a meat in an old Italian like restaurant, fucking meat shop, a butcher shop. That's the word I was looking for, butcher. And they set like a small fire in the middle and close all the doors and stuff just to get all that smoke to come, and then it bellows out near the top. And they do that over time to cause it a fire cure. Now, I know Kentucky Fire Cure kind of does it their way. Everybody has their own like way they want to do it. So I'm not quite sure their process, but everybody has their own little process. But this one also has like a little sweet cap on it too. I would assume to take away some of that fire burn to it, maybe.
Maybe. I get the sweet cap. That's on my lips. The first impression of this cigar is just campfire.
Campfire, yeah.
It's hard wood. Like this is what I imagine. Like, back in my younger years, going camping.
What, like 2 years ago?
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
I'm just waiting for your feedback.
Shut up. Just shut the fuck up. Like you literally, like, you're like, you have a campfire and you're like, you come back in and you're like, all right, we got to go through all our bags, get all the campfire stuff out, and it's just like you're pulling out, and it's just like campfire smoke, and that's like it fills your house. Like, god damn. So the cigar tastes like and smells like.
And definitely get the taste, and it definitely has that smell. Nobody's going to argue that smell. I mean, it's an unforgettable aroma. I don't want to say odor.
Yeah.
Let's go aroma.
Distinct.
Yes.
Yeah, but like it's like kind of like feedback, like a first smoke. It can be bold if you're not ready for it. It can make your eyes water, like that campfire smoke when it blows straight in your face. And like, god damn it.
Yeah.
But when you slow down and take it in, you start to notice the different layers, the depth, the growth it brings, and that's why feedback matters.
Well, I'm glad you segued so perfectly in that, because
great.
I want to talk about feedback culture. Feedback and building culture, because it matters. Feedback matters, sir. And it matters more than just in a leadership aspect. It matters in quite a few, but we're going to build it into a leadership point of view.
Yeah. Let's talk about why that culture matters, right? Like, let's talk about why feedback culture matters. It really drives. The first point I want to make is it drives continuous improvement. Leaders who foster that strong feedback culture, they're going to create an environment where teams are always improving. That feedback, whether it's praise or constructive criticism, acts like an aging process of tobacco, brings out richer results over time. So when employees regularly exchange honest input, honest being the key word, and not personal attacks, right? There's between constructive criticism and personal attacks. But when you regularly engage in honest input, small adjustments can compound into big growth. It's like compound interest. It's not about calling out flaws or personal attacks or anything like that. It's about curating excellence. You don't want to just sit there and be like, god damn it, Bill, would you chew with your fucking mouth shut? It's fucking annoying. Like that doesn't help anybody. But if you're like, hey, Bill, I noticed that you do this extra step. Is there a reason why you do this extra step? And come to find out, it sets up that extra 5 seconds that he does, sets up to save 45 minutes later on down the road. You're like, oh shit, that's a great fucking idea. Let's make that a standard practice. Or like, hey, I noticed you're really slow on this. Is there a reason why? Like, can we help you with this? Like, I still don't understand this process. Okay, let's talk about it.
It's definitely one of those things where when feedback flows freely like that, people feel safe. It's one of those things that help build that trust. Just like enjoying a cigar, there's no judgment. Like when we sit here, or you go to a cigar lounge and you're sitting there smoking a cigar, like this one, whatever, we can freely say what we want about the cigar. Over time, we build trust. And over time, like if you continue to go to the same cigar lounge or whatever, people want to be like, hey, you was right about this cigar. Speaking of that, Sammy Two Ties smoked the Chunk by Alec Bradley.
Chunk.
Yeah, you remember that one, right?
I like it.
Sammy Two Ties is a big ring gauge guy, and he gave me feedback on it, and his feedback was pretty much resounding just like ours. So it's one of those things where after building so much feedback and giving your opinion on stuff like that, freely flowing, like it builds trust, and his feedback pretty much mirrored ours. So it shows that we're not just saying something just to be saying something. Our feedback actually resonates with our listeners, and he was able to coincide exactly he agreed with what we said. I mean, he shared his feedback freely, which I enjoyed, because that just showed that we just was having an honest conversation on air.
So when you have that honest conversation, what people are trying to say is that people just really, they want to feel heard. So when leaders provide real input, they light a spark of ownership that keeps teams burning bright. It's really going to boost engagement, boost teamwork, boost that camaraderie, and just overall raise their competency and their productivity.
All that is about, and it's only going to lead to improving performance. I mean, when you look at it, it's like that clear constructive feedback ensures everyone's working from the same playbook. There's going to be no mixed signals. There's going to be no confusion. Just sheer alignment of the team. Just sheer like, okay, this is what you're looking for. This is what I'm looking for. This feedback, especially when it's honest and open freely amongst a good working team. And it's up to you as a leader to keep that feedback flowing in a good positive atmosphere, to where it's not attacking and stuff like belittling, to where it's going to keep a honest flowing team. And from a leadership point of view, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. And part of the core elements of feedback culture, like the first thing has to be like psychological safety. Like you said, you can't just go attack somebody. The culture of feedback has to start with safety. Leaders have to make it okay for people to speak up or even mess up. The key is to learn, adjust, and try again. Improvise, modify, adapt, overcome. Right? That's like one of my favorite things. Like you have to improvise the solution, you have to modify that solution so it works, then adapt it to your core principles, and then you overcome the problem. So leaders should model vulnerability. Share a time when you got tough feedback and how it helped you grow. When people see you take it gracefully, they're going to feel safer doing the same. There's a thing I've started in my family, and I'm trying to teach my son this. But once a week, we go around and we share our successes for the week and our failures. And I start with failures, and I have to start. I make it a point where Dad has to start with what did Dad fail at this week, and I usually it's something like, I really messed up with whatever at my job. I made a blunder, and I emailed the wrong thing, or I said the wrong thing, and it was a big deal, and I messed up. And then Mom says how she messed up, and that creates that safety net for my kid to sit there and say, I messed up because I got distracted at school, or I talked when the teacher was talking, whatever the case was, right? So it helps that culture of safety where he feels okay to be like, oh, Dad messes up, he's not perfect. Oh, Mom messes up, she's not perfect. Oh, it must be okay for me to mess up. So then that way he feels safer, and then we talk about it, right? Like when I say I messed up and I said something wrong or whatever, and I'm like, I got to do better. I know that. This is how I think I need to make it better. What do you guys think? And then they kind of give me feedback. And same thing when Mom does it. Me and the kid give feedback, and then so when the kid does it, me and Mom give feedback, and he's like, oh yeah, well, Mom and Dad just took my feedback, so I need to take their feedback in stride and make it better. And just taking that stuff in stride. Like if I was to take your first third in stride, how would that go?
Oh man, that was pretty good. I was going to segue to how I utilize that, but I'll come back to that so I can talk about my first third. The sweet tip is given the hint of like smoky molasses on the sweet tip here, but it's definitely like, I want to say a perfect for me. When you're roasting a marshmallow and you fucking over roast that motherfucker, you can smell the burntness of it. And you can smell the campfire burning and all that. That is there. But that sweetness, when you fucking put that burnt ass marshmallow in your mouth, that sweetness, like, oh, I can taste that sweetness. That's what I get
the
on
smoke from the campfire on this marshmallow.
Yeah, on the sweetness of the marshmallow, but it's not that it's not a marshmallowy flavor. It's more of a smoky molasses flavor, so a molasses marshmallow flavor. To me, that's what I'm getting.
No, I agree.
That's what I'm getting. That's where I'm gonna go.
No, I agree with everything you said. The only thing I have to really add is the amount of, I don't want to say palate trauma. Like, if I just blow out the skunk and I don't retrohale, right, and I just put the cigar for a half sec off to the side, and then I just exhale in my mouth, and you can I taste the campfire taste in my mouth still. Like, this is going to linger on the palate. I'm not saying it's creating palate trauma, but it's going to linger on the palate longer than most anything else that I've probably smoked in a long while. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can definitely see Jonathan Drew, when he teamed up with these folks to make this happen. I mean, Jonathan Drew did something different for the whole cigar community, where he dropped like acids and other infused cigars, where infused cigars was frowned upon in the whole premium cigar game, right? He made infused cigars part of the premium.
Right.
And I can see where he was looking for something different with this one, because it's different than any of the Deadwoods, and it's definitely different from any of the acids. So
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. But I wanted to go further on what you were saying with the whole feedback session with your what you were trying to do with your family, because I don't know if you remember, you probably do or don't, but during when you worked for me, we had these training sessions and stuff like that. Whenever I would train, I would go through and I would say all the mistakes that I made while building widget A. When I was building widget A, my first mistake was this. When I was building widget A, I also messed up on this part. When I was building widget A, this is something else I also messed up near the end. So these are all the things that you can mess up on, and here's how to combat those items so you will be successful at it. And then after you were finished, or not necessarily you, but whenever widget A was finished, I will come back to you and be like, hey, so how'd that go? What did you experience? And then that's when whoever would say, well, I was at this roadblock, but I remember you said this, and then I moved past that, and I did this, and I did this. But here's a little hiccup I discovered. And then I would take what they said with the feedback I provided. Now we both provided feedback for the same thing. So now the next generation that I'm teaching the same thing to for widget A, I can compound that with, and all that feedback will be lessons learned moving forward.
Yeah, no, I do remember all of that. Yeah, it did help. When I was coming up, because there was a lot of times where, I'd sit there and I'm like, I am the struggle bus. I'm riding the struggle bus right now. Like, this is hard. And then I'd be like, but wait, there's a trick. Dice showed me a trick, or he told me about a trick. Let me give that a shot. And I'd try it, and I was like, holy shit, that worked. Damn, that was fucking easy. Like, okay, great. Like, that made it 10 times easier. Okay, and then I'd do it a couple more times, and I'm like, ooh, if I do it this way, though, it makes more sense in my brain, and now that helps me out. And then when you come back, and I'm like, well, your trick really helped out, but I expanded on it because I did X, Y, Z, and you're like, oh, shit, that is a good fucking idea. And I'm like, yeah, I thought so, and it worked out great.
You know what that was, sir? I'm going to share with you, because I know you don't know, or you do know. I mean, that's called regular feedback loops. Feedback shouldn't be like a limited edition cigar. It shouldn't be one of those rare releases that you can't find and only celebrate it once a year or whatever. It should be one of those kind of like a daily smoke kind of situation. It's regular, it's natural and satisfying. Like, you continuously do it so you can move beyond. And instead of having no one-on-ones, you have a team aspect of the lookout of the whole thing. It's more casual. It's like having that kind of water cooler or that ashtray talk scenario where it's an informal 5-minute check-in, that keeps things fresh and honest. It's one of those things where you're constantly building and building and building, because my generation is going to see it one way, and I'm stuck in my ways. I'll admit that. The next generation is going to see something a little different. Matter of fact, your upbringing and everything is going to look at everything a little different than the way I was brought up, even into whatever industrial or business aspect that we see things. So you're going to see things a little different than I did, and the next generation after you is going to see things a little different than you did, and it's only going to build upon that with that feedback loop.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that should be done more often than not, in my opinion. Feedback is something that I think we all require in our daily lives. And I'm not just talking like, hey, it's required for work, right? Like,
right. Relationships,
like
work, friendships.
Relationships. Yeah.
Casual conversation with coworkers.
Yeah. Hey, Dice, you're a bitch. I'm just saying. But
wow.
like, feedback bit. But no, I'm just saying, like, you got to talk to the significant other, right? Like, hey, I'll give an example. My wife seemed frustrated. I was like, what is going on? And she's like, nothing. I was like, there's obviously something, right? And she goes, well, just sometimes I feel like I wish that you would get up to check on the kid when I want you to get up and check on the kid. And I was like, I kind of like looked at her and I was like, run that back one more time, but slower. She goes, I want you to get up and check on the kid when I want you to get up and check on the kid. And I just looked at her and she goes, I know, that's why I didn't say anything, because it doesn't make sense for you to get up on my schedule. And she's like, I want you to want to get up and check on the kid. I said, well, hold on. I was already planning on getting up and checking on the kid. I was going to wait. We were watching a basketball game. I said, I was going to wait till the end of the quarter because there's like 2 minutes left. So I was going to wait till the end of the quarter and I was going to check on the kid. She's like, I wanted you to do it right then. And I was like, understandable, but I do want to go check on the kid. But I don't know that you want me to go right now unless you say something. And that is something that has to be communicated. She goes, well, then I feel guilty that I have to ask you because I feel like I'm giving you more taskers and X, Y, Z. And I was like, don't ever feel guilty about asking me to help parent my kid, ever. I was like, that's not a thing. I was like, but if you're wanting me to do something on a quicker timeline than what I'm doing, I need to know. Otherwise, I'm going to do it on my timeline, and if my timeline doesn't jive with yours, it's going to create resentment. So I appreciate that feedback, but I was like, if you would have just said, hey, do you mind go checking on the kid? I would have said, sure. Can it wait till the end of the quarter? And then we could have easily been like, you could have been like, oh yeah, that's fine. And then I would have done it on my timeline. Or if you would have said, no, I would like you to go check on him right now, I'd be like, all right, cool. I have YouTube TV, pause, and I'll go up and check on the kid and then come right back down. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but I got to know.
Right.
I can't read
one
mine.
of those, yeah, they don't let you know. Then how else would you know? Because you already have a game plan set in mind. You have a game plan that you didn't verbally express, and she has a game plan that wasn't verbally expressed. So you both are an annoyance with each other because I want it now, and you're like, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it in a couple of minutes. Either way, it's going to get done.
Yeah, I was oblivious to her annoyance until she kind of huffed and puffed. But that's that two-way feedback, right? Leadership isn't a one-way street. You got to ask your team how you can better support them. I asked my wife how I can better support her. I had to create structured chances for upward feedback. Hey, wife, tell me that you want me to go check on the kid. Yes, I would be happy to. Can it wait till the end of the quarter? Like, that's a communication piece. Go ahead and drink there, bitch.
That you caught me off guard. You definitely caught me off guard with that one.
That exchange builds mutual respect and the same kind you get from fellow cigar smokers in the lounge, right? Like, she had a timeline in her head. I had a timeline in my head. I wanted to do it. She thought she wanted me to want to do it. Of course I did. But without either one of us communicating, it was communicating That's 2 drinks, bitch.
I heard you. I heard you loud and clear, sir. Lima Charlie. Oh. Yeah.
Well,
there's no coming back from that.
Then without talking to each other, then I'm oblivious. She's mad, and then I'm mad that she's mad that I don't know why the fuck she's mad because it's all fine. So
right.
I had to have that conversation. I was like, I don't know what I don't know. You have to talk to me. Like, would I feel guilty? Well, that's fine. You feel guilty, but you shouldn't feel guilty for asking me to parent my own kid. But it's not a thing. I'm happy to help take care of it.
Okay, just as you mentioned in the lounge about how the two-way communication works, I said communication, bitch. It's one of those things where the old heads have that constructive framing of the feedback. I mean, when you're giving feedback, it focuses on the behaviors and not personalities, because it's like that old guy in the cigar lounge be like, you're smoking some smoke, you're tasting smoke, you fucking asshole. Like, no, it's not that bitch. It's more the constructive version of where, like, you need to take your time when you're doing your retro exhale or something like that, where it's more constructive, and then you will get a better flavor profile, or you will get the nuances of the fire, or you get nuances of the molasses of this cigar. You have to sit back and enjoy it. It's that whole constructive framing of the feedback that you can get. I mean, some of that constructive feedback, I mean, some people utilize different methods. You can have the SBI, which is that situation, behavioral, and impact, to move along with that whole start and stop and continual model of feedback. And there's a good example of that.
Yeah. So you could, for example, you could say to a guy, hey, Tony, yesterday during the afternoon restock, that's the situation. I noticed that some of the Padron 1964s were mixed in with the Liga Privadas. That's the behavior. That mix up the constitution of customers, specific blends, hurt our credibility. That's the impact. Going forward, let's slow it down a bit, double check the labels before sealing the boxes. Boom. Right there, you have the situation, afternoon restock. Behavior, you mixed up Liga Privadas and Padron. That impact could hurt your credibility, and if you're stealing boxes, I would assume that you're shipping them, so that means an incorrect shipment. That's going to hurt your credibility, and people are going to start getting mad. So your feedback is, hey, let's slow it down, double check some shit, let's pay attention, have attention to detail before moving forward. Using the start, stop, continue model, you could say, hey, Tony, here's some quick feedback. Hey, let's start taking a moment to verify box labels before shelving them. We got to stop rushing to finish the restock early because it's Friday night and we want to get out of here. You got to continue your great habit of keeping the humidor clean, organized. Customers notice that attention to detail. So all your great humidors clean, stocked, all that stuff goes right out the fucking window because you rushed the restock and put in mixed up brands. Like, just slow it down. I get it. You want to get done. You want to get out of here. But I'm paying you by the hour. So you rushing is not doing anything but hurting your bottom line.
Yeah, I can envision, like, I think we use the name Tony. I can envision Tony like going around like a kid with ADHD, going through and back and forth through the humidor and doing all this crazy shit, right? And you grab him like by the shoulders and just hold him in front of you and be like, look at me, look, listen, stop and listen, right? Just listen to me. Like, you need to take a moment to verify these boxes when you're shelving them. You hear me? You listening? You're rushing? Stop rushing. Restocking early isn't going to do anything. Just take your time. We have a reputation to uphold. This is my name on the product, not your name. And then you kind of provide that feedback as you're moving forward. Maybe not something so extreme or whatever, but it's one of those situations like that. Like, hey buddy, hey, easy. Easy, calm down. Let me tell you something. A lot of rookies and young guys, and I'm a basketball guy, I'm sorry. Like a lot of rookies and young guys in the basketball, like they're finally playing their first game and they get a steal or they get a pass or whatever and they fucking take off to the other rim and they're going too fast and they try to make that layup and that layup fucking skyrockets off the backboard because they're going way too goddamn fast. Well, hey, buddy, slow down. We got it.
Yeah.
You got the ball. You're getting close to the rim. Slow down and just lay it up. Hit that little square and it'll go in the rim.
Yep. Yeah. Just Euro step if you need to. Take 2 big giant steps to slow your pace down and it'll lay in a lot smoother. Speaking of smoother, in the second third, this cigar has gotten a lot smoother.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. And we'll come back. We'll talk about our second, third, and then we'll keep talking about some feedback.
All right, that sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, what's up? It's JD. Leadership of the Leafs is a big shout out. What's up?
Don't forget, we need to follow the podcast so we know when new episodes drop.
Welcome back. We just had a little break, and I was studying up on my second, third, and I'm gonna be. Well, I mean, it's our show. I'm gonna be honest. I have always been honest. I'm not gonna front. There's not much change in it. I do get more of a hickory, like just that smoked meat kind of aspect of it.
I was gonna ask if you taste leather.
I do not taste leather.
Okay. Maybe I'm
if anything,
maybe
it's more of a brown sugary, like more of a molasses brown sugary on the sweet tip to add more of a smoked meat-ish.
Yeah, I can see that. I wanted to say leather, but when you say smoked meat, if you were to take the crust off of like a brisket, and then just crush that up and just inhale that. Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
Like a well-smoked brisket.
Oh, I had one of those. I was so fucking mad at myself because I basically had to turn it into chopped brisket because it fell apart. It was good. It was good. Taste was great, but I over smoked it.
Oh,
so it kind of just fried out.
Yeah,
and it just fell apart. So I turned it into chopped brisket. So I made brisket sandwiches. I made smoked brisket queso dip, which was phenomenal. Actually, I didn't make shit. What am I talking about? My wife made smoked brisket queso.
Oh, now we're telling the truth.
But I had to take. I was like, this has to be chopped brisket. I overcooked it. And in fairness, it was 100% my fault. Like I was like, I feel like I thought I should pull it off like at 2 hours before I did, but I was like, no, I'm following this recipe. The recipe says it needs another 2 hours. No, it did not need another 2 hours. I should have followed my gut.
I know this is going to sound like what I'm just making shit up, right? But I am telling you, like I will pick the perfect cigar for the amount of time that something's supposed to be smoked, and I will smoke that cigar. And when I'm done with that cigar, the time frame for whatever I'm smoking in my smoker is almost. I haven't failed yet.
Yeah, this one I smoked. Shit! How long did I smoke? I smoked it like 5 or 6 hours. Like I smoked it low and slow, but I was like, but it was not. The weight was smaller, and I thought I cut enough time off the recipe, but I obviously had not. So, anyway, but that kind of like maybe I need a little bit more training or support from somebody who knows what the hell they're doing in that aspect.
But that's great because feedback is a skill. Feedback is definitely a skill. It takes time and guidance to master. It's one of those things where I think you often say there's not a beam of light that's going to propel you into awesome leadership, right? It takes time, trials and tribulations, and all that stuff. You want to look for items, different people, and all that. You're going to offer coaching. You're going to sometimes you may have to have role play sessions with your peers and stuff like that. Peer feedback partners. Just this whole feedback is a whole like recycle triangle kind of thing, where each one teach one. You want to teach leaders to listen actively. It's one of those things where it's just a ever evolving type situation.
Well, yeah, you gotta, on active listening, right? You gotta teach leaders to listen actively. You have to also respond calmly, and express clarity and over criticism, because it's very easy when you're giving feedback when people are like, "Oh yeah, well, you suck as a leader because," and then if you get mad and you're like, "Yeah, but I only did that because you're a piece of shit," you lost all your credibility.
Correct.
In the feedback session right there, right? Like, if you imagine you're running a cigar lounge and you just promoted one of your best floor associates, call her Maria, to a lead shift role or shift lead role. She knows cigars inside out and out, but she struggles with giving feedback to her peers. She either softens it too much or avoids it altogether. Instead of just telling her to, like, hey, be more assertive, you got to set up a short feedback coaching session. You walk her through the real examples, maybe even role play a few situations, like addressing an employee who keeps cutting cigars too deep or neglecting street guests promptly. Whatever it has to be, you can role play that. If you have practice, you can sit there and say, hey, Maria, you got to listen first. You have to understand the reason behind the behavior. You're going to have to respond calmly. You got to keep your tone steady, like seasoned tobacco that's exploring flavor notes. And then you got to be clear, not critical. So you got to focus on actions, not attitude. So if you even pair with another lead as a feedback partner, they can trade notes and sharpen each other's communication style over time. And if you invest in this type of training, you're not just teaching them how to correct mistakes. You're cultivating a culture of learning and respect, where feedback is going to become as natural as sharing cigar recommendations among friends. And this really helps because I don't know, when I was new to leadership, I would come ask you, hey, what would you do in this situation? How would you respond? Because I'm mad as shit that this motherfucker has shown up late for like 3 weeks straight, and I've written him up like as many times as I can fucking count, and he just doesn't care, and I'm mad that I'm not getting through to him. And I'd come talk to you and about how I did this stuff, and I even pulled you in on feedback sessions, like, hey, I just need you to be a fly on the wall in the back, just in the back corner, taking notes. And then I would give feedback, and then like when they would leave, I'd be like, all right, how was that? And you would have notes for me, like, oh, hey, you adjust the behavior really well, but when they got defensive, you got defensive. So you need to keep your emotions in check. You got to make sure you're clear and adjust the behavior, not your attitude, or not their attitude.
It's like the example. It's like where you was using an example from Maria, where she knows cigars in and out, but she struggles giving feedback. It's one of those things where she needs to take her time and smoke a cigar and figure out the flavor profile of that cigar. It's the same situation with feedback. She knows cigars in and out, right? But if you take your time and figure out the flavor profiles of that cigar, then if you take your time, you figure out what feedback is going to work better for that individual. Because some people react to that strong, like authoritative type discipline, and some people take that feedback to where it's like a nurturing type scenario, like almost motherly or whatever. However the fuck you need to get feedback, because everybody's going to be different. Right?
It goes back to those lenses that we talked about, like the blue, the gold, the orange, the green, or whatever. Yeah. Like if somebody's a blue lens, then they're going to want that nurturing feedback. If they're orange, you got to, hey, this is the risky behavior you're doing, and it's going to fuck us up. If you're green, you can approach with logic. They're gold or whatever. So you got to figure out how to set the stage for the feedback.
Right, and role playing is 100% going to do that, because not every situation is going to be the exact same. Not every person is the exact same. Not every feedback session is going to come up with the same attitude. Just like when you was giving feedback and I would provide notes different people is going to provide different things. And I notice a lot of times when you gave feedback, the individual responded differently. And when someone was defensive, that's when not necessarily you, but a younger leader is going to get defensive back, because they're going to be like, motherfucker, I'm the one in charge here. Whereas, yes, you are the one in charge, so you control the whole situation. So feedback is definitely an ever-growing training session, if you may, and it's going to require different levels of feedback and support skills from those that are mentoring and everything.
Yeah. Well, and as a leader, you're not going to know everything. Even me and Dice have not seen it all, right? Like,
no way.
If I know one thing, I have got to keep learning. I cannot sit there and go, I know everything. I know exactly how to handle this motherfucker. Like, no, that's not how it is. Like, I have to sit there and be able to learn on the job and make sure that I'm not just getting stuck in my ways. But, I have to foster that feedback culture. I have to model that stuff. I have to share how feedback helps me grow as a leader. Like I said, Dice used to give me feedback on me giving feedback, or maybe there's a time that I misjudged a project or a team dynamic, and how someone's honest, words helps me course correct. Like, hey, Dice sat there and said, hey, Austin, you start out great, but the minute they give you the same answer they've given you 16 times about why the fuck they're late, like, I just can't wake up on time, you get pissed off and you immediately go back to like, motherfucker, you don't figure this shit out. Like yeah. That doesn't help anybody. So you have got to sit there and say, okay, cool, you can't wake up on time. What would help you wake up on time? You set 3 alarms. You set 5 alarms. You set 7 alarms. Do I need to have fucking, do I need to figure out how to set up an Alexa device in your house or something and be like, announce it's time to wake the fuck up, asshole. Like, what do I need to do? That's calm, cool, collect. Versus, if you don't figure this shit out, you're gonna fucking be fired. Like, that is not calm, cool, collected, right? Like, I have to model how, in this instance, Dice's words helped me, honest words helped me grow as a leader and course correct, so I can sit there and say, hey, listen, I'm no stranger. I'm not perfect. I need my own feedback.
It's definitely one of those things where different things will cause some kind of you can do like some kind of reward method or whatever. You recognize people who give and act on their feedback. I mean, stuff like that shows that transparency, where it's not punished at all. Is more of a prize, because you want to see that transparency. You want to acknowledge that growth, because this is only going to reward the whole feedback system as a whole, because you don't want to look at feedback as some sort of punishment.
Well, yeah, you got to normalize it, right? You have to make feedback part of the daily dialogue. And then you have to protect it. Feedback should never lead to retaliation or embarrassment. You have to keep it safe and private when needed, so people know it's truly constructive. But there's nothing wrong with, you kept it private, you talked about it, you course corrected them, and then, like, if they, being the people receiving the feedback, feel comfortable, and they're like, hey, how was that? Was that better than what I've done in the past? And you're like, hey, really well done, but remember what we talked about a few key words. And they're like, oh, got it. Not that cryptic enough to people to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Nothing, don't worry about it. But it's out there saying, like, hey, I got, as a middle manager or whatever, I got course corrected. I'm checking with my boss to see how my feedback worked, and he's reminding me stuff, so I'm still giving you feedback. So it's normal part of life.
Here's a mistake that I have made coming up, providing feedback, and I don't want others to make that same mistake. There's times when I have given feedback and I was coming up with a way to resolve the situation, or whatever the mistake or hiccup may be, where I took on the burden of, you can't wake up on time? This is what I want you to do. I want you to call me at 6 o'clock in the morning, so I know you're going to make it to work by 7:30 in the morning. Because if I know you call me at 6, I know you're up. Now that puts that burden on me, and it takes away from that person owning up to their own mistake. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm not playing, let's go ahead. I'm not playing the mommy daddy role of where you have to check in with me. No. Take that off the table, take that off your plate and put it right back on their plate. It's on them to correct whatever corrective action that you're giving the feedback on. That way, that person is going to be able to grow on that feedback instead of you babysitting them. You don't want to babysit your underlings, your subordinates, or anything like that. You want them to grow. So the feedback is an aspect for them to grow and not for you to ensure that you don't want to hold their hand while they grow. You want them to grow on their own. And that is 100% a mistake I have made before, and I don't want someone else to make that same mistake.
Well, yeah, like I liken it to teaching a kid how to ride a bike, right? Like at first you're holding on to the seat, you're holding them up, and they start pedaling, and you're running down the road with them, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm good, and then you let go.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, they're running off, they're biking off by themselves. They're like, wait, where did you go? Whoa, I need you. Like, no, you don't. Look, you've got it. You've had it for the last, last 100 feet or so. Like, you've got this. Just keep pedaling just like you were doing, and you'll be fine. And so it's like, if you baby them too much, you're going to sit there and you're just going to stunt their growth, because they're going to always be like, well, I always need dice, or I always need this, right?
There's always a safety net. Training wheels.
Like, no, you are not going to have fucking training wheels all the time. So if you want to try to get this better feedback, you can try a couple activities with your teams. You can do the role play feedback, which is, you take turns giving and receiving feedback. Just keep it short and honest. Hey, I've done this before. There's a team of 3. 2 people were giving me feedback, me and another person were giving third person feedback, and then me and the third person were giving the first person feedback. So like, we're all like giving feedback, kind of helping out, and it was honest feedback. They're like, hey, and I straight up, when I got in my little group, I said, hey, I want honest. Like, if I suck, tell me I suck. Like, if I'm good, tell me I'm good. Like, and there was people, and they gave me feedback that I was like, no way. There's no way. There's people that they're like, you are built for this. You are absolutely built for this. I've never seen this, the ease that you flow through conversations and you flow through feedback. Like, you are built for this sort of stuff. And I was like, oh, well, I truly appreciate that sort of feedback. Like, that's very nice. And then, like, when it came my turn, I was like, hey, here's where I see that you're lacking. I was like, I'm not trying to be mean. They're like, no, this is great. This actually helped me out a lot. But it helped me feel a little bit more comfortable when I went back to my work, and because those were peers. So when I went back to my work and I was talking to my subordinates, and I was like, hey, this is where you need to grow. And I'm not trying to be mean. This is just what I think, what I see as your growth opportunities. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah. No, I really appreciate you telling me that. Like, I was wondering how I could be better. And I was like, all right, cool. And then everyone walked away. But role-playing that sort of feedback helps, and even just practicing that feedback really helps, you hone those skills.
I mean, you mentioned journaling in there, and journaling is one of the things you can do. Like, if you receive feedback, like, I suck, and then like 3 months down the line, you write the same feedback down, then you're not improving, or there's something that's not being corrected in that process. Another way of looking at it is probably not one of the better ways, but it's one of those anonymous things where you have like the feedback box where you just like write a feedback note in it and then you put it in the box. My experience is that doesn't get much airplay. Not many people are going to take time to write a note and put it in the suggestion box. So it's one of those things where you just kind of take feedback on a whim and journalize it throughout your process. Be like, hey, you suck when you made this decision. And then 3 months later, be like, hey, I kind of thought you sucked when you made the decision, but I can understand why this decision was made and moving forward. And I kind of appreciate it a little more. Keeping that journal is going to be a lot better than that anonymous feedback, because anonymous feedback doesn't really give much information to it. It's just, I suck. Not like why you suck. It just says you suck. So journalizing it and then getting the anonymous feedback all in the same time, they kind of coincide a little bit if you want to play that part.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not a big fan of like the suggestion box, so to speak, that anonymous feedback, because it's like, oh, hold on, like the people will say this place sucks and I don't like the manager. Okay,
but
I don't know what to do with it. Like, even if I read it out in front of everybody, I have no idea what to do with this feedback. It tells me nothing. They suck. Why do they suck? How do they suck? What can they do better? What can they do worse? Like, what? Give me content. You tell me they suck. Great. They suck. How? So
why?
Why? There's a 360 degree simulation that is I think probably the best.
Yeah.
But if you practice getting insights from your peers, your report managers, your subordinates, like all of those sorts of things. So if I talk to my peers and I'm like, hey, how do you think I'm doing? They're like, well, I see how you treat your subordinates and I think you can be a little bit nicer. You're like, okay, why? What makes you say that? What specific action are you reporting? Then they can talk to you, and you're peer on peer, and it's fine. You're like, okay. Then you talk to your subordinates, and you're like, hey, how do you guys think I'm doing? They're like, hey, honestly, you're great. But I wish we had clearer direction, or not as many changes in direction. You're like, that I wish I could change, and I will work on that. But I give you the information as I get it. So I'm trying to, like, the change comes from the top. I just report the news, and I'll report that up to the manager. Then I talk to the manager. The manager's like, you're doing a great job. Like, do you have any feedback for me? Actually, yeah. My subordinates don't like the amount of thresh. So if we could, stop changing directions every, 5 hours, that would be fucking great. And I'm like, that's fair feedback.
Yeah.
Like, that's 360 degree feedback. Yeah, I got it from my peers, I got it from my subordinates, I got it from my manager, and then I gave some to my manager as their subordinate.
Getting that 360 degree feedback that you was discussing with all the other stuff that was discussing, there's a way to measuring the success of your feedback, and this feedback culture is measured. I look at it like you use measuring a cigar you use aging. It's like when the cello is yellow, or the yellow cello, or whatever. You know you're doing a good job when that cello is yellow, because you know that cigar is aged, and hopefully it's aged to perfection. Is raising the employment and the employee engagement and satisfaction. You know you're doing a good job when your employees or your subordinates or whoever is actively engaging in feedback, and not necessarily a sit-down face-to-face feedback session, but it's going back and forth, kind of like what they do on a basketball game when they call timeout or whatever. But hey, you should have followed up on that pick and roll a little quicker or faster, or that cut could have been sooner and we would have had such and such, whatever. All that information to go towards a common goal of satisfaction.
Yeah, well, I mean, keeping with your basketball analogy, right? You see a team get on a run, and you see your defense break it down. You're going to call a timeout, and it's frequent, meaningful feedback exchanges. Hey, you need to rotate over quicker. Hey, these guys are killing us in this pick and roll. Hey, you have to close out on the corner. Well, I don't know why we're leaving this motherfucker wide open in the corner for fucking 8 threes. Like, what the hell are we doing with our lives? That's
as opposed to saying, hey, you suck.
Yeah. Hey, we have to do better here, here, and here. And that gives you better attention and better team performance, right? Not most basketball teams, when they call a timeout, and they come out and they stem the bleeding a little bit, where they're maybe they're a little bit crisper on their passes, maybe they're a little bit quicker on their closeouts. And they're like, okay, I see what coach is talking about. I gotta get there. I gotta contest. No, maybe you contest and the dude makes the shot anyways, but at least you're contesting more often. So maybe the dude shoots less. I don't know, unless he's Steph Curry, but fuck. Mid-season form. But perhaps the most important thing, more most importantly, more trust, more openness, and fewer burnout. If you come in and you're like, hey, how are you doing today, Scott? Boss, I'm tired, boss. I've been running, and I don't get to see no end in sight, and I'm just starting to feel lost in the chaos. And you're like, ooh, okay, what can I take off your plate? What can I give you like a break from? You know, like, what do you need? Do you need some vacation time? Do you need fucking like maybe finish this project and take like 2 weeks? Maybe I can give you some time. Like, I don't want you burnt out, because a burnt out person does nothing. They are not productive. So maybe that's that 360-degree feedback of like, hey, big boss, we're working our asses off down here, but we're not seeing the end in sight. Is there an end in sight? And they're like, not really. They're like, okay, cool. I get it, right? Like, there may not be an end in sight, but like, I'm going to start trying to give my people some time, so projects may get turned in slightly slower, because I got to give my people some time, because they're starting to get burnt out. Once they get that burnout, they got nothing left. And you know, you gotta kind of protect your team a little bit, you know, or if they're like, if you see laziness, you're like, hey guys, the fuck is this?
Well, it's one of those things where I have witnessed young leaders do not experience, is burnout is a thing, and they don't really realize that, and they don't understand the ramifications of burnout. So acknowledging the feedback of, especially when burnout is coming to a point, coming to the head or whatever, you need to take action, not immediately, but very drastically. Your team needs to understand that there is light at the end of this tunnel, and there will not be burnout much longer, or burnout is coming to an end, or however you want to see fit.
Right. Or hey, I'm going to manage this as best I can. Like, we're in a busy time. I've asked for additional help, so hopefully there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm waiting on a few other things, but until then, like, we're gonna have to kind of like shift some things around so we can give each other a break. Like, you carry 80% of the load, this dude carries 20, that dude goes on a break. Then when that dude comes back from his break, this person who carried 20 is gonna now carry 80, and this other person, the person who's got back from a break, is gonna carry 20. The other person's going to get a break. And then it's just going to rotate around as best as I can, because that's how we're going to have to manage burnout. Like, that's the best I can do, right? Like, you know, if you come to your team and you tell them that plan and you're like, what do you guys think of this? Do you want to try it? And they're probably like, yeah, let's fucking try it. Okay, great. This is the best I can do until we get more help, and I can basically say everyone's carrying, you know, 20% of the 30% of the load, like we get another person in here, or whatever the case is. But, you know, building a feedback culture, it takes patience, honesty, and care. Whether you're CEO, team lead, member, whatever it is, feedback is going to be that spark that keeps your leadership strong, and it's going to keep your team growing and productive.
Growing and productive is definitely one of the things that you want to keep your team doing. Something else is like your final third of this readily smoking cigar.
Okay. So, the draw has been tight. Almost to this entire cigar. I don't know, have you noticed that? Or is this just my cigar?
I've noticed that. I got something else to say about this entirety, but I'll let you go with yours, and then I'll say mine, because I don't want to give you any ideas in your head there.
That's fair. Flavor profile, that sweet tip still going strong.
Mm-hmm.
The smoke, campfire smoky flavor has, I feel like it kind of died in the second third, and then come back strong in the final third.
Okay.
So I'm getting that molasses, that smoky molasses. I will say the polling station pairing, on point. Fucking on point. Been phenomenal. So, good call there. there's a component there that I just can't quite place. There's no pepper. It's all smokiness. I wish this cigar had a little bit of spice to it somewhere in there.
Okay, my outlook on the cigar is I get what you were saying, where it kind of like smoky, and I can see where it was smoky because you first lit it, and then you got your final, your middle third where it kind of even out, and then your final third where the smokiness picked back up. I can see all of that, but in my opinion, I didn't get much change in flavor profile. It was all like a smoky meat, smoky leather, smoky something. It's like smoky throughout. There was very little change behind that curtain of smokiness. Yeah, 100%. I'm tasting some fucking fire cured smoke. Not bad smoke, but it's still good. I did not get much change in any of the first, second, or third profile. That sweet tip stays strong the whole time. I was expecting the sweet tip to kind of fade off. I'm glad I didn't choose Hennessy for this one, because Hennessy already have a floral kind of sweet note, and I don't think it would pair well with the smokiness of it.
No, I agree.
I kind of wish I went with a Scotch, because I can see that a Scotch will pull out the peatiness of not only the Scotch, but also maybe the peatiness of the cigar. I could see that. I did not get a full peatiness of the cigar, but I can feel it. It was there. Just, would I say it was on the forefront? No, but it was definitely in my mind. I'm not a Scotch drinker, so the peatiness entering my mind for the cigar is definitely something that a Scotch would have brought that peatiness out. And I'm not a peatiness guy. So saying that, I know there's a peatiness to the cigar. I did not bring it out. The flavor profile did not change much throughout everything. Not saying it wasn't a good cigar. I don't want to project that I did not enjoy the cigar. I'm just saying that it was, I don't want to say one trick pony, but it was a 1.5 trick pony.
Yeah. You know, there's a caramel note, caramel note to this holding station that I just really like. It finally clicked in my brain what I was tasting. There's a caramel note to this whiskey that I'm drinking, along with the kind of earthy, weak tone that pairs very well with the cigar. But the caramel is coming out and really enhancing the cigar. But so I guess that leads me to ask the question of, Dice, would you consider this a single, 5-pack, or box-worthy cigar?
It's time to answer the question. Is the cigar box worthy, 5-pack, or just 1 or 2?
I've been actually thinking about that the moment I lit this cigar, because I knew that question. Well, I know that question is coming every time, but I really wanted to put that question in perspective, because it's a Drew Estate, right? And we like Drew Estate. I don't want to talk any ill will of Drew Estate.
No, yeah.
Not box worthy. There's no way I would get this fire smoke. What a fire cured anything box worthy to me. I'm not a fire cured fan. I love smoked meat, but I don't see me enjoying it in a cigar often. You know what? I'm not going to put it in a 5-pack. I'm going to say 1 or 2 because of my bias profile of smoked fire cured cigars. It was enjoyable. I did enjoy it. Will I smoke it again? Yes. Would I want a 5-pack? No. Box worthy? No. So that only leaves me one choice of 1 or 2.
All right. For me, I'm going to automatically take box worthy off the table.
Are you going to take it off the table?
Was not. I'm going to take it off the table. It automatically was not box worthy. I lit this, and before I even lit this, I even told you, I was like, I'm almost scared of this cigar because of the strong smoke flavor or smell. I have been tottering between 5-pack and single this entire time, and I'm like, I really like having a hard time deciding.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I could tell.
Like, the flavor profile is good. the palate trauma that I'm like, I know I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning and I'm gonna taste this cigar on my motherfucking mouth. it is there. Like I'm like I know I'm gonna wake up in the morning and I'm gonna taste it. This pairs very well with Market Station. I'm sure it would pair very well with peaty, stronger, caramel noted whiskey, scotchy, that sort of stuff. Jameson, I think, is a little bit weaker on the weaker side of a whiskey for this. So
yeah, I almost got the black Jameson for it. Almost. You know what? I thought about pairing it with was a caramel macchiato, like a double shot espresso caramel macchiato. Like
that would probably come out really well, and maybe might change the rating. I think this is a very pairing heavy dependent cigar.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, would I want 5 of these in my humidor? And I just don't think that I would. I like Undercrown is one of my favorite brands. I just don't like. I was sitting here thinking, like, if I had 5 of these, 4 more of these in my humidor, right? Yeah. Would I be happy that I had 4 more of these in my humidor? I don't think I would. That leaves me one choice, which is a single double. If I had 3 of these in my humidor, I probably wouldn't be upset.
Yeah.
Like, I'd probably be like, all right, cool. Maybe once in a while, I'll pull one of these out and these, yeah, sure. Like, pull one of these out around the campfire? Fuck yeah. Pull one of these out for a card game? Sure. But it's going to be the occasion I'm going to pull this out for a card game, and not maybe a specific occasion where it's like, oh, I got the fire pit going. Hell yeah, we're gonna roast some marshmallows. Like, it's probably hard between.
I wouldn't pull this out to watch a basketball game. I just wouldn't. This wouldn't be a casual. This is definitely not a casual smoke for me.
No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I had the fire pit out and I was with marshmallows and all that other stuff, sure, I could see myself, pulling this cigar out and being like, yeah, I'm happy I had one of these motherfuckers tucked away. But I would only want at max 3 ever in my cigar, in my humidor. Like, it has to be a single or a double.
So, well, there we have it. I would almost venture forth and say, if I have 5-pack of these or more, I would not keep them in my common humidor. I would have to keep them in a separate humidor.
I will say the Cello did a great job of containing the fire smoke smell.
Because once I pulled it out, I was like, woo!
This was this strong. Yeah, because I've had this cigar for months. And I think you bought yours the other day. So, like, I've had this cigar for a while, and I did not notice this strong smell until my official photographer pulled it out, and she went, "Whoa, this is a strong cigar." I was like, "What are you talking about? That's not a strong cigar." And she's like, "Smell," and I put it. I was like, "Oh shit, that is a strong fucking smell right there." And she's like, "Yeah." So the Stella does a great job. So I'm not upset if I had like 2, 3 of these in my humidor. But if I had 5, it's gonna take me a while to smoke through them. Like, I just don't think I would sit there and be like, "Yeah, give me the 5-pack," unless they were on sale or something. Like, there's stimulating circumstances. But I think this is a 1 or 2 cigar.
Shout out to our unofficial photographer. Much love and respect, Angie.
She does a great job for me. quality of pictures has gone way up since she took over.
Something to look for.
It's so crazy to me. I know we're in the latter part of year 4, right? Like, I get that. It feels like yesterday we started this journey.
I love it, man. I love it.
I,
People
I,
talk about it.
I honestly, I get a kick out of it. It's fun.
I get texts every now and again, be like, "Hey, Dice, I went to this place, whatever, whoop de whoop." This guy talking about he likes cigars. I mentioned your podcast, and then it's just been on from there. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the respect. Much shout out to everyone who listens. Much shout out to people that follow. Much shout out to people that share. More shout out to people that share.
Yeah. Yeah. No, all of our listeners are wonderful. I love all of you guys. Share it. If you like what you hear, great. Share it around. We love all of our listeners. It's a fun time. We honestly, truly enjoy putting this on for you guys. If we didn't, we wouldn't do it because we don't get paid. We don't get paid.
Including you, Kevin. Kevin, appreciate the feedback.
All right. Until next time, I'm Austin.
All right, Austin. I'm gonna stay Dice.
And great leaders smoke great cigars.
Facts.
Thank you for listening to Leadership of the Leaf. The comments and opinions expressed by the host and guests does not reflect the opinions of those that broadcast this show, nor does it reflect any of our affiliates.